Welcome to Australian Geology Travel Maps. I'm David Collins from Trilobite Solutions, and I'll be demonstrating the use of the three types of overlays available in Australian Geology Travel Maps. The functionality is the same for both the Android and the Apple version, but in this demonstration I'll be using an iPad. First I will show the use of the Total Magnetic Intensity overlay for Victoria. And this is a good example of the geophysical images that are available for all of the states. Now, this is an interesting part of Victoria. You can see all these quite circular anomalies. Now, if I click on one of these, the geophysical overlay itself is not interactive, and so this will bring up information from the underlying base map, which is the detailed geology map of Victoria. So we can see here that that where this anomaly occurs, you've got the newer volcanic group. So I'll just remove that, and I'll actually make the overlay completely transparent now, and just zoom in a couple of times. And now we can see that anomaly, well, it's there at a really nice example of a volcano. It's showing up this extinct volcano. So now I'll show you the second type of overlay, a point data overlay. And in this case, it'll be the resources overlay for Western Australia. Note that both the overlay and the base map are interactive in this particular example. So we'll now set the overlay to WA resources, and what I'll be doing is I'll be focusing on this area of iron ore resources in Western Australia. Just to speed things up a bit, I'll search for Newman. Now, as we zoom in further, the points get bigger, so that they're easier to click on. And we'll just click on this one just outside of the town. This is a grey coloured resource, Mount Newman ore body 38. And when you look at the details here, the first line always shows what the resource type is. So this is iron. So all the grey points there and there are all iron resources. Now we can have a look to see what the dark green resources are here. So here we have the Yarrama gas-fired power station. Look at the details. The resource type is energy. And so all the dark green ones will be energy resources, and the light green, click on this again, and in this case the light green are construction, or this resource here is construction materials. And so all the light green points are construction materials. Okay, lastly, I'll just change this here. Where we at? There we are. Yeah, lastly, I will show the third type of overlay, a geology overlay. For this demonstration, I'll use a map that I quite quickly created for a friend who was visiting British Columbia in Canada. I downloaded the Bedrock Geology shapefile and the Quaternary Geology shapefile from the British Columbia Geological Survey website, and made an MB tiles map from both using TileMill so that they could be imported into Australian Geology Travel Maps. Again, both the base map and the overlay are interactive, so I'll set the overlay. So here we've got the British Columbia Quaternary, and I'll just zoom in a bit here. Okay. So if I click on the overlay itself, the overlay at the moment, it's 100% opaque, and so it'll show, okay, that's quaternary sediments. And if I click anywhere here on the base map, well, then I'll get information about the bedrock geology, some Triassic rock. Here's the Hazelton group. Now where this becomes a little bit more powerful is if we make the overlay semi-transparent, then you can see through there and you can see some of the boundaries of the underlying bedrock geology. And now when you click on this, is actually going to you basically you're clicking through the overlay, and it's showing the bedrock geology underneath the quaternary. Okay, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy using Australian Geology Travel Maps.